Now that we know how to calculate percentages of a quantity, we can use that information to increase or decrease amounts. So in this case, we've got a dress that's normally $42, but it's on sale, so we expect the price that we'll pay will be less than $42. The question also tells us that it's 20% off, so we know that we're looking for 20% of $42. And we know how to work this out as a percentage now. 20% is 0.20 as a decimal. Of means times 42. Now all we need to do is work that out, and we can use our calculator to do that, and we find that the answer we get on our calculator is 8.4. We know we're talking about money, so this can't be written as 8.4, but we can write it as $8.40. Now this doesn't mean that the dress costs $8.40, because we worked out 20% of 42, and they told us that they were giving us 20% off the price. So they're going to give us $8.40 off the price. So the dress was $42, so now it's $42 minus $8.40. And once again, we reach for our calculator and calculate that answer to be $33.60. So again, because it's money, I know that I need to have two decimal places, so I've added a 0 on the end. So as a check, we think $42 and it's on sale. Is my answer less than $42? Yes, it is. So we work out 20% of the price, and then we subtract that from the original amount to get our final answer. In this next example, we've got an iPad advertised excluding GST. So we know that excluding means that it doesn't include GST. So we know excluding means without GST. And so now it says how much is the price including GST. So the price must get bigger than $850. So now we have to figure out what we'll pay when we get up to the counter. So we know that GST is 15%. So we need to calculate 15% of $850. And again, we change that 15% into a decimal. 15% of 850. And let's work that out on our calculator. And that comes to $127.50. Again, my calculator told me 127.5, but because it's money, I've added this extra 0. So that's the GST. So the iPad is actually going to cost me $850 for the price of the iPad, plus $127.50 for the GST. And again, I can go straight to my calculator and find out that I have to pay $977.50 for this iPad. So as a check, we look back 15% to add on. So by adding it on, I've increased the amount, and $977.50 is greater than the $850 of the iPad. So we must have our price including GST.